President of the Republic, Paul Mashatile, is expected at Mangosuthu Buthelezi's home in KwaZulu-Natal, in the northern part of the province there, any time now to pay his last respects. Reporter Moloko Moloto is there for us this afternoon, just telling us what is happening on the ground. Moloko, when do we expect the Deputy President to be there? Is he almost there? Has he arrived?
Good afternoon, Braden Moyane. Well, the Deputy President of the ANC and of the Republic, Paul Mashatile, hasn't arrived yet, but we are anticipating that his motorcade will be here any moment from now. Of course, he will be going upon arrival into the family house there to be welcomed by the family, but also the party president of the IFP, Mr. Mangosuthu. I saw him. He's one of the people who have already arrived here. And you would recall, Braden, that the presidency earlier today announced that the President of the Republic has accorded Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi the official funeral category number 1, and this is the category that ordinarily is afforded to the serving ministers, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Chief Justice of the Republic of South Africa, the Chairperson of the National Council of Provinces, as well as the serving premiers. And this is, Braden, should not be confused with the state funeral. In terms of the state official as well as the provincial official policy manual that was signed by the former Director General in the presidency, Dr. Cassius Lubisi, in July 2016, the state funeral category number 1 would be afforded to the President of the Republic of South Africa and the President-elect of the Republic, as well as former presidents of the Republic. And the state funeral category number 2 would be afforded to the Deputy President of the Republic, the Acting President of the Republic, and former Deputy President. So the one that's been afforded to Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi is the official funeral category number 1, and we are told that it will also be coming with elements of military ceremonial honors. It is taking place on Saturday here. Initially, you would recall that the family, that was before the pronouncement of this official funeral by the president, the family had decided that they would bury Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi on a Friday. And since the presidency made an announcement, a decision was therefore taken that he will be buried on a Saturday. And tomorrow we understand that, in fact, this was confirmed by the family earlier on, that there's going to be a memorial service for the people of this area and those who would be coming from afar, those who may want to come and also pay their last respects to come and join here. As of now, as you can see, all of us are just waiting here outside the gate. Indications indeed are that the Deputy President will be arriving here. I know some of the people who travel with him have already advanced a confirmation indeed that he will be arriving here to a very, very cold weather, Braden, I must say, 14 degrees Celsius, very cold indeed.
Yeah, it's there's that cold front coming from the south, but hopefully the weather will get warmer over the next couple of days ahead of the funeral. I see, Moloko, as you mentioned there, that the president has granted this official, special official funeral category 1 for Mangosuthu Buthelezi. That the IFP, the party he founded and led for over 40 years, has welcomed this official funeral that's been offered by the government.
Well, absolutely. They welcomed it, not only the party that he led since its founding in 1975, but also the family appreciated this gesture. And as I was reading out here, Braden, that in terms of this policy manual, members of parliament are not necessarily under this particular official funeral category number 1, unless if they are serving ministers or they are the Speaker of the National Assembly. But it would appear that the President has also extended this particular official funeral category number 1 to Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi because of the contribution that, according to his statement, the President he has made in the politics of South Africa. And obviously the funeral, as I said, has been set for Saturday, and you would expect that part of that official funeral, that's when you will see the government taking the lead and the drills from the military personnel there taking place. And of course, he certainly was the traditional leader, senior traditional leader in this part of KwaZulu-Natal. You would also expect that the traditional leadership will also be given an opportunity. And while on that, Braden, the family has already asked that those who continue to come to pay their last respects or to visit them during the week, at least as of Thursday into Friday and into Saturday, at least they shouldn't necessarily be coming, because at that time the family says they would want that particular time to be for them as the family to observe their rituals, because we know he passed on at the weekend, and ever since people have been coming here. We have seen earlier the leader of the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen, leading a delegation from his party, but also the delegation from the Economic Freedom Fighters led by their Deputy President Floyd Shivambu. Even throughout the week, we saw even the provincial leaders of government here in KwaZulu-Natal continuing to show face here and give that moral support to the Buthelezi family.
Yeah, and we've seen leaders and members of political parties being there today, the likes of the DA's John Steenhuisen, official opposition, and the third largest party in parliament, Economic Freedom Fighters, represented by Floyd Shivambu. You also showed us the presence there of Amazulu Royal Football Club, who claimed that the late Mangosuthu Buthelezi was a supporter of the team.
Yes, indeed. These were the supporters, the fans from various parts of KwaZulu-Natal who braved this cold weather as well to come and show their solidarity to the Buthelezi family. But also, Braden, the young people in particular, and I'm mentioning these young people because in the main they looked very young. The rank and file of the IFP who came here to also show support. And you might have heard, confident that even as the founding leader of the IFP has now transitioned to the afterlife, they will continue with his legacy. And they are promising, of course, as we are now heading into the elections next year, to try and take the IFP beyond the borders of KwaZulu-Natal. We know they are represented mainly here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. They are governing in various municipalities. But over the years, really, since they have contested the election since 1994, they have really not been able to penetrate other provinces beyond KwaZulu-Natal as well as Gauteng. And they are promising that come next year, it will be a completely different story. That obviously is a challenge that they will have to surmount, given the fact that there are many other political parties that are contesting this space, despite the fact that they have been there since 1975 and having contested the elections for the first time in 1994. Their electoral support, particularly at the national level, continued to decline. We saw even newer parties such as the EFF kind of like becoming the third biggest party, beating them. So that's going to be a huge challenge. Even so now, that the party's founding president, Mangosuthu Buthelezi, is no more. He had been the face of the party for the longest time. Even now, after the election of Velengozi Khabisa as the successor, as the president of the IFP, we have seen the party even taking a decision that he ought to remain, that is the late Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, the face when they are campaigning. But of course, as we were walking about here, we continued also to see even the minibus taxis that are branded in the colors of the IFP. You also see there the face of Velengozi Khabisa. But yes, he certainly was a highly respected figure within the IFP, but also within the Zulu people among themselves, having played such a prominent role, particularly even following the passing of Amazulu King Goodwill Zwelithini, leading to the installation of the current king. So he has always been respected largely in this particular province. But of course, they are hoping that they will also extend this particular popularity, even in his absence, to other provinces, so that they can also get a share of the electoral support in other provinces of the country.
Okay, thank you very much, Moloko Moloto. We will touch base with you a little bit later. We understand that Paul Mashatile, the Deputy President, is on his way currently as we speak to Ulundi, should be there after 5 o'clock. The family earlier appealing for members of the public who want to pay their respects to use today and tomorrow to attend the prayer meeting at 5 p.m. I think there's also be a memorial service that's being planned by the family tomorrow, because they've asked that from Thursday to Friday they want to really be given the space as a family to really perform their traditional rituals and other rites as they bid farewell to the father, the grandfather and uncle and a family member who's departed.